Maharaj Prithu was enthroned to protect the citizens. That is the duty of the king, to protect the citizens. The duty of the brahmanas is to engage in self-realization, to guide the society in religious principles, and especially to guide the king, who is responsible to manage the society. The brahmanas are not subject to the limitations of the king's law. They are above the king's law, but they have to act according to religious principles. Should they act outside of the codes intended for brahmanas, then they are subject to being punished. But the king cannot control the brahmanas. He respects them as his superior advisors and spiritual masters. So, this Brahminical culture was going quite well for millions of years. And in the Brahminical culture, simply the brahmanas and the vaishyas and the sudras, they would all live very simply in grass huts. In fact, except for the kings, no one else would basically live in big palaces or brick houses. It was unnecessary. Climate was nice, simple living, high thinking. There was no necessity. Even today, actually, grass hut is in many ways more comfortable than the brick and stone house. When Srila Prabhupada was living in the grass hut at Sri Mayapur in 1972, at that time our construction had begun, 72, 73, and he pointed to the concrete steel structure rising on the eastern side and said, that building is in the mode of passion. That building is in the Rajaguna. And this grass hut, this is in the mode of goodness. This is perfect for practicing spiritual life. This is all that one needs. We can simply live by the side of the Ganges in such a grass hut and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Enough. That is all we need for ourselves. But in order to preach, in order to attract people to the shelter of Sri Krishna Caitanya Mahaprabhu, therefore we must construct these big buildings which are in the mode of passion. Because who will come in this Kali Yuga to this grass hut? But if we have guest house, temple, if we have facility, people will come. Therefore, we are building these structures. Not for our own comfort, not for our own living, but to attract the neophytes, to attract the new devotees to come and reside in the holy Dham. So Prabhupada, he liked very much the grass hut. Grass hut has very thick roof. It is cool in the hot summer and it is warm in the winter. It is very nice insulation, especially with thick mud walls. One feels very comfortable. In fact, in the hot weather, the concrete buildings become very hot. You can put your hand on the wall, it will feel heated. But the grass hut with mud wall, mud is always cool. And over the mud one places cow dung, little cow dung with water made into a slurry, and that is spread over the floor and the walls. And it appears freshly plastered, very smooth, and it is a natural repellent for flies. Flies do not like to land upon it. So in every way, it's very sattvic, very good, very aesthetically pleasing. It immediately makes one's mind peaceful. So in those days, the brahmanas would live in such houses. Everyone would live in such houses except for the kings. In fact, even till today, the name of bricklayer in India, bricklayer, mason, is known as Raja Mistri. Raja means king and Mistri means craftsman. The king's craftsman. Because the bricklayer would only work for the king. Only a king would be that ambitious to use a bricklayer and build a brick house and palace and castle and so on. So he was exclusively the Raja Mistri, or the king of all mysteries, the one who worked for the king. No one else required a bricklayer because they lived in mud houses. For them, they used the Gauramis or the bamboo craftsmen.